The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Subconscious Selling Domination System. If you're an already successful sales leader, salesperson, or sales team leader, and you're already at the top 10 to 20% of your market, but somehow you've hit a plateau, the old techniques are just barely moving the needle, and you're ready to bust through, dominate your market, and even crush your competition, go to sellwithsuggestion.com. Grab your instant trust quick start training and your subconscious sales conversion vault, which are all part of the subconscious selling domination system. Just go to sellwithsuggestion.com. That's sellwithsuggestion.com. All right, welcome back to the Influencer's Edge, the show where we disconnect the dots, color outside the lines, and think outside, say it with me, the box. Today's guest is Shane Barker. Shane, for some reason, no, it's Shane Black, the screenwriter. That was confusing you with him. You've not written any movies, have you?
Not this week. It's been a slow week for me. Yeah.
Now, you do something very interesting. When I saw this, I thought, I want to have him on because I'm going to beat him up. Shane is the CEO and founder of TraceFuse, the first Amazon terms of service compliant negative review removal system. Now, hold on right there. Aren't you stepping on people's First Amendment right to report a crap experience? Because I have to tell you, I am one crap talker on Yelp. I just crap talk my gastroenterologist because I didn't get the reports on my colonoscopy for 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I just found out today I do not have colon cancer. Thank you very much. So aren't you taking away the free speech rights? Not directly. You're not saying if you publish this, we're going to come after you. Aren't you sort of negating their free speech rights?
No. I first of all, I love the questioning already. That I can tell this is going to be a fun one, which I'm excited about because I like, most people are like kind of fluffy and this and that. I can tell this is going to be fun. So I did do some push-ups before this, and I have water here just in case I've talked too much. So I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. So I would tell you this. I'm with you in the sense that, not all bad reviews are bad reviews, right? What I mean by that is everybody has the right to an opinion, right? And everybody has a right to be able to say whether they like something or don't like something. I don't have any issues with that. In fact, I think it's important for if you have a product or a service that people do give their opinions, right? Whether that be good or bad, because not every business or every product that you're going to have out there is going to be good, right? And it's important to have that constructive criticism. Now, what we do at Amazon, we're actually going after things that violate Amazon's own rules. So if you cuss in a review, they don't allow that. You mention a competitor. If you mention an exact price, so if somebody said, hey, I bought this on Prime Day for $24.95 and now it's $38.95. This is a ripoff. Those are the types of things that we go after. And I think that's against Amazon's own rules. And so that's kind of our angle with everything.
Pause me. Let me pause you a minute. Doesn't
Yeah,
Amazon have its own AI that will run through those and remove them?
it does, but it doesn't pick up all of them. It's kind of like the analogy I always use. It's like the cartels bringing drugs into the U.S. They have 30 vans that go through the border, and they catch 15 of them. Guess what? 15 of them made it through. And so you have to realize Amazon or really any platform out there, at the end of the day, there's always somebody trying to figuring out how to get around the system, right? So that's
Of
always going to
course.
happen no matter what. So we catch,
Game the system.
that's exactly it. Amazon grabs, I don't know, maybe 80, 85%, 90%. But with the amount of reviews that come through, some of them get missed. There's can be some different reasons for that, and we're kind of like the backup quarterback that will pick that up and say, "Hey, here goes one that went through the cracks, and can we get this review removed?"
So what you're really saying is you're doing your very best to protect the profits of a massive organization that exploits third world laborers who work for maybe $1 a day and break their backs.
I mean, that's not the direct explanation, but I understand where you're going with that. 100%.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
I
I'm
love it.
fucking with
I
you
know.
to see
I
how you
love
deal
that.
with
No,
it.
the funny part is for me, it's less about how this, makes Amazon look better, but it's really about helping sellers, right? That really is our big thing is to help sellers that have been put either the thing is the way that we jumped into this is that because there was a lot of people that were attacking each other on Amazon, like buyers or excuse me,
Oh,
sellers. And so
I know it. I know what you're
yeah,
talking
so
about.
we looked at that and said, okay, what can we do to even the playing field? Because at the end of the day, I mean, it sucks. It's like if you're on there in the platform and you have a good business and you're beating out your competitor, and then all of a sudden they start buying your products and sending it all over the world and messing you up. Then I looked at that like, hey, I've always been a like, hey, let's even the playing field.
Mm.
You know, I
Pause,
like,
pause, pause,
yeah,
pause, pause.
yeah, yeah,
Now you
yeah,
can't throw that psychological diamond at me and expect me not to jump on that.
yeah.
You've always been the kind of guy to want to even the playing field. Let's talk about that. So,
Let's do
where
it.
did that first show up in your life?
So I would say, early on in my life, I was raised by hippies in California. So don't use that against me or give me
I'm
any benefits because of that. But and I know you won't of anybody. You're going to make sure that you're going to drill into my the psychology of how I was raised, which I probably this is going to be the cheapest counseling session I've ever had. So I do appreciate that ahead of time. Um,
oh,
so
okay.
oh hey, I like it. Yeah. So for me, I think it was the way that I was raised. My parents were very loving people, and and not not against the system by any means. Maybe a little bit. My mom was a little crazier when she was younger, but definitely looking at things of like, hey, how do we, it's already hard enough life, and then how do we make things better for people? And that's always been with really any of my businesses. It's always been hey, doing the right thing. And then, if you make money from it, which obviously would be a goal, then that's going to be, an upside as well. So, because of that, I mean, there's been a lot of trials and tribulations and things that have happened, just being in business and doing things. But at the end of the day, I do feel like if you do the right thing, what you feel like is the right thing, and once again, the goal of this was to help Amazon sellers, right? That we're saying, hey, Amazon doesn't listen when we have these reviews; they should have already removed them. And so we jumped in there and said, hey, we'll be able to figure this out. I mean, it took us about 2 years, but I'm very happy. We've removed over
It
17,000
took
product
you
reviews.
wait. It took you 2 years. So
Yeah.
what were some of the biggest challenges?
I mean,
Uh,
really the biggest challenge is getting Amazon to respond to the case filings. So we have case filings and emails and stuff like that. So that was the hardest part is that most sellers, when we talked to them and said, hey, we can remove these reviews, critical reviews, or called one, twos, and threes is what Amazon calls critical reviews. We told them, hey, we can get these removed. And most sellers said, hey, I've been doing this 5, 10, 15 years, and you can't get those removed. And so we had very much an uphill battle, even though once again, it could have the F word, it could be against Amazon's guidelines trying
you
to
mean fuck?
that one. That's the word. How did you know about
Okay.
that? You
Oh
must
well,
have
I
looked
don't
that
know.
up. You Google it.
It's not a family show, Mr. Sarcasm.
I love it. Now I get to say it too. That's awesome. Yeah, so that was the big thing, right? Like it was like, hey, how do we like when those situations, if you get attacked over here and Amazon doesn't do anything, well, maybe I can remove this review that violates Amazon's guidelines, which also can affect sales. And so we were really looking at that of once again, evening the playing field and making it so that, good things can happen for the sellers because it's already hard enough, as I said, to run your business and everything else. And so that was our goal. And now we've got a very, very profitable business that's gone and done big things, and we were the first ones in the industry. So that was kind of fun.
Cool. I like it. So your parents influence you to
Hmm.
look for ways to even the playing field. I
Hmm.
get it. Do you apply this kind? No, never mind. I'm not going to ask you
Uh-oh.
that question.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
We'll skip it. We'll skip it. All right. All right. So your company is called Trace Fuse,
Yeah.
and you provide white hat solutions. Okay. The invisible factors that make people buy or walk away. Oh, very interesting. The invisible factors that make people buy or walk away. I have my own version of that, but I'm here to interview you.
Yeah.
So, what do you think those factors are?
Well, I think people are always looking for a reason not to buy, right? I mean, when you jump on and when you look at reviews or things like that, people are looking for something that might trigger them to say, hey, this isn't a good product for me, right? And we see that a lot with competitors coming in and buying other competitors' products. In certain categories, it's more aggressive, but they'll go and buy something and say, oh, I took this creatine and then I had to go to the hospital. Well, guess what? That's obviously going to be a trigger for most people. Are you going to go and, take this creatine and take the chance of maybe going to the hospital, even though you could look at it and go, it doesn't, my spider sense tingles. That's probably not a real review. But at the end of the day, are you going to go, would I rather buy this creatine that's the same price as this creatine? This one you went to the hospital, these people didn't go to the hospital. Maybe I should switch over to this. It seems like a safer move. That's really what it comes down to is like people, making assessments and figuring out, hey, what is a way to get somebody not to buy? And so they'll write these crazy, crazy reviews. A lot of them are just crazy, insanely crazy. But people look at it and say,
Really? I like
oh,
insanely crazy. Give
oh,
me some
I had
examples.
I had a feeling. Tell you, so on LinkedIn, I share them all the time. There's ones like actually I shared one today, literally today. there was a guy that wrote I don't know if it was a guy or a lady actually, but let's just say a guy that wrote a review that said, "Hey, when his Legos arrived, they were all broken." Because guess what? They're
You
broken.
can't
Yeah,
break, but you
that's my
can't really
point.
break Legos.
Well, no, they're not broken. They're just not together. It wasn't the spaceship
Oh,
that he ordered. It
oh.
was broken up into individual pieces. So he forgot that he had to put in the work and actually put them together. So it's like that kind of stuff where you're like, where you're like, wait a second, like that's part of the journey is to be able to put that together and make the spaceship. It would defeat the purpose if they just sent you the spaceship. Why would it be Legos at that point? It would just be a spaceship. So, anyways, it was little things like that you see because people are a little crazy, right? They're under medicated, they're not on their meds, they're doing whatever that is and they write some crazy reviews and it's like man like another one was a happy birthday so it was like a balloons and she said I cannot believe this one actually came without the D on the birthday for a birthday the D well what she did is she had the A from the D that looked like an A on the happy and so she had everything in place but she spelled it wrong and had what the A backwards it's kind of hard to explain and so
I know,
she's
I
like,
get
yeah,
it.
and she was pissed, and she was like, oh, it's for my daughter's birthday. I can't believe this, and she was
Totally.
irate, going nuts. And it was like, I hate to break this to you, Sunshine, but you have all the letters there. You just got to move them around. It's a little bit of a plot twist, but the A and the D are a little mixed up there. But the
There's
problem is, it sucks.
there's actually a deep scientific term for this, retard.
I think that's it.
See,
That sounds very
we're
familiar.
politically incorrect here. We swear,
I love it. I love it.
we're completely, we don't virtue signal. We anti-virtue signal
I
here on
love
the
it.
influencers heads.
I love it. I knew
Let's
this was
have a
going to be
little.
a good fit for me.
Did you, or are you just
Oh
saying
yeah.
it?
No,
What?
I mean, I love smart Alex. I was, not only was I raised by hippies to, hug and kiss and be friendly, but you also can find people's deepest, darkest secrets and exploit them on podcasts. So I like that too.
Oh, another bit of sarcasm. I don't accept your presuppositions. I'm giving you my audience. So, how do reviews and trust signals will influence? Can you share a real example where fixing a small conversion issue led to significant increase in revenue? Yeah. All right, Mr. Smarty Pants, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, really, there's, with Amazon, obviously the reviews being the main thing of Amazon. What I mean by that is
Yeah,
that's how you're going to make a basis on whether you're going to buy something or not, right? Like if you
right.
have really, really low score, you can do PPC and, do different things to advertise it, but it's going to be more expensive because Amazon's assuming it's not as great of a product. So those are the things that we look at. But I will tell you usually the drop from a 4.3 to a 4.2 is usually going to be a huge drop in sales. I mean, it could be anywhere from 10 to 50%. The reason why that is because visually, what happens if you go to a 4.2, you lose that visual half a star. So it looks like just 4 stars and not four and a half
I'm
stars.
all over it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's going to be a big point where people lose a lot of sales. And then that's usually when they reach out and say, oh, what do we do to get back up to a 4.3? And our process is, once again, we're not removing reviews overnight. It takes time. We're filing cases. We're talking with Amazon. We're doing everything we can there. So it takes a little bit of time. So you're going to be eating crow for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks until we start removing some reviews. So I always try to tell people be a little more proactive than reactive, right? Like try to get out there before you start dropping in sales before there's the oh shit moment. I can say that, right? Because you said the F word. I'm going to
You
say the
could
word.
say, oh, worm eating maggot shit.
There we go. And that's what I was going to say, but I thought let's just take it down a few notches, right?
All right.
Told you this is going to be fun, brother. I told you it's
Well,
going to be
I told
good.
you it was going to be
You
fun.
did, you did, and I'm confirming it that I'm having a good time.
Okay, good. I got to tell you a personal story about me and Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah,
That fucker, when he was first starting the company, came to me and begged on his hands and knees. He said, loan me $1,000, I'll pay you back. Doesn't take my calls. Cannot get him on the phone. No emails.
just took your cash, huh?
Took my cat. No, fuck
That's
no. I'm lying. I'm making that up for an attempt at humor. It's not
no, I
true.
I was
I said
excited
it
and I
as
was like,
satire. I said it's satire parody about a public figure who has
I
thrust himself into the
I
public eye.
I was hoping that was true because then I was going to ask to borrow $1,000 because I figured this would be the time. I figured that
No,
all I got to do is
borrow a
yeah.
thousand shares.
Ooh, even better, even
So
better.
again, I'm going to challenge you again.
Do it.
AI, I did know shit about it. The first thing I heard about AI was 7 years ago when I took my cat in, my late kitty cat, into the vet. He said, well, she checks out okay, but the AI predicts 80 to 90% chance of total kidney failure in the next 3 years. I said, the AI? What's AI?
Mm,
And he kind of explained it to me. I said, what bullshit? And then later, I use ChatGPT virtually every day.
yeah.
Do you have some fear in the back of your mind that one day AI will replace what you do?
So no, not necessarily replace what we do. No, because we built our own AI. So I'll give you a little backstory. So
Okay,
we built our own AI. And so what way we use AI is this. And so because we have 700 customers, we're going through reviews on a daily basis. We monitor what we call ASINs, which is their products. So we have thousands and thousands that we go through on a daily basis. So the AI for us, we grab reviews, we run them through our AI, and that just tells us whether it's compliant with Amazon's guidelines or not, right? So that's kind of what we look at is it was a thing of like, hey, how many humans would it take? And they got to take breaks, they got to do all this stuff. So AI was just to say, hey, you see the F word? Fuck. So that, we'll throw that out there. See the F word? Guess what? You got to go and you got to be able to put that in a certain bucket. And then we have humans that would take a look at that and actually file
got it.
cases. Now,
Got
the
it.
reason, and even if AI was so good that it just beat out all humans, that is against Amazon's guidelines to file cases that have only AI that are not submitted by
Oh,
humans. So that
that's
isn't even
lucky for you.
possible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not. It won't replace us because that's what the policy is. Because guess what? If Amazon gets 100 million whatever cases a day, imagine if they could use AI, then you could do 50 times that amount. Well, guess what that would do? That would crush Amazon on the customer service side of things. So I don't know if they're ever going to allow that. Maybe they will one
Oh,
day.
wow. That's no. That's irrefutable logic. That's irrefutable logic.
Yeah.
You answered that one beautifully. Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You win the way to
I
go pat in the
I
back.
was hoping you'd ask that question because I've been waiting to say that for years. So that was good. That worked out good
Have
for both of
you?
us.
Have you?
No, I'm a smart aleck, Paul. Come on, buddy.
Okay, well, just hey Tracy, can you just not air this one? No, I'm kidding. You're doing really well. See, we can go back. You probably got smacked in the mouth a lot. No, your
Oh,
parents were
bro.
hippies.
I mean,
Your
that doesn't
parents
mean I
were
didn't get
hippies.
smacked. I got smacked by other parents.
They
Yeah,
probably would just take your pot away to punish you.
that was very hard as a kid because it's like here
Yeah,
I am trying to roll joints for the family and they would try to take it away from me and I'm just
yeah,
trying
I
to
could see
support.
that. I can see you've been smoking a bowl today.
Oh, bro,
Uh,
look at these little fingers, Paul. Huh? Look at that. Huh? I know what you like, buddy.
okay, if a business wants to, I don't personally indulge in any substance. I really don't. If a business wants to increase sales without increasing ad spend, where should they start first?
Oh,
Did
is
you hear
that for
me?
me? That's right.
Yeah.
I was a guest. I forgot about that. So say that one more time.
If a person wants to increase sales without increasing ad spend, where do they
Mm.
start first?
I would say reviews. Once again, I know this is a very biased answer, but at the end of the day, if you want to lower your PPC costs for the cost that it takes to be able to advertise, on Amazon, having better reviews, they give you better pricing because they assume that, hey, if everybody likes this product and you want to do PPC costs, and more people are going to buy it because you have great reviews. If you have terrible reviews, your PPC costs are going to go through the roof. And that's not only on Amazon, that's also on Google. There's a lot of, different places that they'll do. They have like a score that they will give you for how relevant what you're going after and how relevant the keywords that you're going after. And so that cost can either go up or down due to your your review count and whether you have good reviews or bad reviews. The reviews that have happened more recently are going to be weighted differently. So in other words, the review, if you got a 1 star today and you got a 1 star 5 years ago, the ones 5 years ago starts to diminish a little bit because they have to assume that you've improved your product or have done something. So the more current reviews obviously will have a higher weighting on any of your weighted average when it
Right,
comes to
right.
reviews. Yeah.
I actually have a book on Amazon, and we had 5 stars, over 100 and something like 167 reviews, and some, I imagine, hunchback, pot-bellied, mustachioed woman
Mm,
from Junk Spot, Idaho, said, "This book is trash. Throw it in your dumpster." And that brought us down to like 4.9 stars for a little while. But then
yeah.
we got so many positive reviews, we went back really close to 5. Hers got just, I didn't try to bury it. It just got buried by so many people giving it a 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Well, and that's I will tell you, and I know even though that negative review can hurt, there is some good that happens there because if you had all 5 star reviews and had 100 million people that all
No
said
one
this
would
is the
believe
best
it.
thing ever, Exactly. That's exactly it. So there is, because you're gonna be dealing with some crazies out there. I mean, that's just how it goes. Like, you put this out there, you're gonna have people that love it and people that hate it, and that's kind of, it is what it is.
Mm,
I,
you know what? I'm sure she found comfort in the arms of her brother or first
mm,
cousin.
I mean,
Anyway,
that's keep it local. Yeah.
on that note, we've come to the end of the time because you've grown tiresome. No, I'm joking with you. We're at the end of our time. I know my audience will, if they're off the rockers, will want to stay in the conversation with you. I'm joking. You've been a wonderful guest. How do they do that?
I don't know. I don't know. You did. This was amazing, Paul. This was all I dreamed plus more.
How do they stay in the conversation with you?
Oh, they can reach out to me. They can go to tracehughes.ai, and all you have to do is put my name, which is Shane, Shane, and in front of at tracehughes.ai, and that's my direct email. You guys
Spell
can
it.
reach out to me.
Spell that last bit.
TRACEFUSE.ai, and that's Shane, Shane. So you put Shane at tracehughes.ai, and you can reach out to me at any time. We can continue the conversation and keep it going there.
And feel free to say fuck to Shane because he
Yeah,
likes it.
that's one of my
All
favorite
right.
words.
All right. So, once again, a very interesting interview here on the Influencer's Edge, and the hostile alien armada hovering outside of Earth's atmosphere in your cloaked spaceships. Remember, eat the Canadians first. They taste better. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Influencer's Edge.
The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Subconscious Selling Domination System. If you're an already successful sales leader, salesperson, or sales team leader, and you're already at the top 10 to 20% of your market, but somehow you've hit a plateau, the old techniques are just barely moving the needle, and you're ready to bust through, dominate your market, and even crush your competition, go to sellwithsuggestion.com. Grab your instant trust quick start training and your subconscious sales conversion vault, which are all part of the subconscious selling domination system. Just go to sellwithsuggestion.com. That's sellwithsuggestion.com.